Hi, this is Jeremy. In this video, we're going to be working through the exercises that go along with the video multiplying fractions. Are you ready? Here we go. Okay, for our first problem, we have 1 over 5 times 2 over 3. Now, multiplying fractions is really easy because all you have to do is multiply the top numbers and multiply the bottom numbers, and you have your answer. The bottom numbers don't have to be the same. So our answer is going to be a fraction. So let's go ahead and draw the fraction line. Let's multiply the tops. 1 times 2 gives us 2. Multiply the bottoms. 5 times 3 gives us 15. And there's our answer, 2 over 15. Now, you could always look to see if this could be simplified, but since 2 is a prime number and 15 is not a multiple of 2, this is as simple as it gets. So 1 over 5 times 2 over 3 is 2 over 15. For problem number 2, we need to multiply the fractions 3 over 8 and 5 over 6. It's the same procedure as before. We just multiply the tops to get our new top number. 3 times 5 equals 15 on top, and 8 times 6 gives us 48 on the bottom. Okay, so there's our answer. And some of you who know how to simplify fractions might realize that this problem could be simplified. It has a common factor that could be canceled. It will simplify to 5 over 16. So if you're required to simplify, that's what you would get. But 3 over 8 times 5 over 6 equals 15 over 48, which could be simplified to 5 over 16. Okay, for our next problem, we have to multiply 4 over 10 times 5 over 9. Okay, same procedure. We're going to have a fraction as the answer. On the top, it'll be 4 times 5. That gives us 20. And on the bottom, 10 times 9 gives us 90. Okay, so that's our answer. But a lot of you will notice that this one can be simplified. It's pretty easy to see. Since these are both multiples of 10, 10 is going to be able to be canceled from these guys. And so the simplified answer will just be 2 over 9. Okay, so when we multiply 4 over 10 times 5 over 9, we get 20 over 90, which simplifies to 2 over 9. For exercise number 4, we need to multiply the fractions 4 over 9 and 5 over 2. So we'll apply our procedure. On the top, we'll have 4 times 5, which is 20. And on the bottom, we'll have 9 times 2, which is 18. So that's our answer. Some of you will notice that this is an improper fraction. The top number is bigger than the bottom number. Now, we don't mind that here at Mathantics, but a lot of teachers will want you to convert this to a mixed number form. We have a video that'll show you how to do that. Basically, what you do is find out how many times the bottom number will divide into the top. And in this case, it's just once. There will be a remainder from that. In this case, the remainder is 2. So you'll have the fraction 2/18 left over, but that can be simplified to 1 and 1 over 9. So these are all correct answers. They're all equivalent. This one's just the improper form, and these are the mixed number forms. So 4 over 9 times 5 over 2 gives you 20 over 18, which would simplify to the mixed number 1 and 1/9. For this next problem, we have 3 fractions to multiply: 1/2, 3/5, and 2/5. Fortunately for us, the procedure is just the same. You still multiply all the top numbers to get the new top number of the answer, and all the bottom numbers will give you the bottom number of the answer. So we just have 3 numbers to multiply. 1 times 3 is just going to be 3, and 3 times 2 is going to give us 6. So the top number is going to be 6. The bottom, we do the same thing. 2 times 5 gives us 10, and then if we multiply that 10 times 5, we're going to get 50 as our bottom number. Okay, so this is our answer, 6 over 50. And this can also be simplified because both these numbers are even. So this could simplify down to 3 over 25. So 1/2 times 3/5 times 2/5 equals 6 over 50, which will simplify to 3 over 25. Okay, and for our next problem, we need to multiply 4 fractions together. Again, it's the same procedure. We just multiply all the tops and we multiply all the bottoms, and that will give us our new top and bottom number. So let's do that. The top's going to be real easy. 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 is just 1. Now the bottom, you could do it in groups if you wanted to. If these were bigger numbers and more difficult, you could say 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 3 is 9, and then do 4 times 9, and that would give you 36. Good way to break it up. Or if you're really good at multiplication, you could just do it as you go along. 2 times 2 times 3 would give you 36. So 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/3 times 1/3 equals 1 over 36. Okay, for exercise number 7, we have to multiply the fraction 2 over 15 times 4. Now, some of you might be confused when you see a problem like this because this is a fraction and this is a whole number. How do you handle that? Well, it helps if you remember that any whole number could be rewritten as a fraction just by making 1 be the bottom number. So if we rewrite this problem, 2 over 15 times 4 over 1, it's exactly the same thing, and this looks like something you're familiar with. For this, we just multiply the top numbers. 2 times 4 gives us 8, and 15 times 1 gives us 15, so there's our answer. 2 over 15 times 4 is 8 over 15. Okay, so problem number 8 is pretty simple. We need to multiply the fractions 3 over 4 times 4 over 3. We just follow our procedure. On the top, we have 3 times 4 equals 12. And on the bottom, we have 4 times 3 equals 12. Okay, what we got here for our answer is a whole fraction. The top and bottom number are the same, so that just equals 1. And the reason that this is important is because it shows that anytime you multiply a fraction by what's called the reciprocal, or that same fraction just flipped upside down, where the top number and the bottom number switch, 3 over 4 here, 4 over 3 here, anytime you multiply a fraction by its reciprocal, the answer is going to be 1. Okay, our next problem asks us, what is 1/2 of 1/3? Now, anytime you're working with fractions and you see the word of, that's a clue that you're going to need to multiply, because 1/2 of 1/3 is taking a fraction of a fraction, and for that we just multiply. So we can rewrite this problem, 1/2 times 1/3, and then just follow our procedure. On the top, 1 times 1 gives us 1, and on the bottom, 2 times 3 gives us 6. So 1/2 of 1/3 is 1/6, and that makes sense because if you took a fraction of a fraction, the answer would be smaller, and 1/6 is smaller than 1/2 or 1/3. And our last problem asks, what is 1/2 of 3/4? So again, we have fractions and the word of, it's a clue we're going to need to multiply. A fraction of a fraction just switches to multiplication. So we'll take 1/2 times 3/4, and that will give us our answer. So let's follow our procedure. On the top, 1 times 3 gives us 3, and on the bottom, 2 times 4 gives us 8. So 1/2 of 3/4 is 3/8.